So, your job. What do you do for a living?
Well, you see,
You're not going to say you're unemployed, are you?
No, I do work. I just work from home.
You work from home. That's basically the same as being unemployed.
Trouble Busters!
My name's Aaron. I'm 29 years old and I work for a big company. From last year, our company had made some changes to the way in which their employees work. And as a result, I've been working from home recently. The only days I have to go into the office now are Fridays because we have meetings on that day. Honestly, I've always been quite a homebody, so I love being able to work from home. I was really enjoying not having to leave my apartment and getting to relax while working from home. Time to start work today. Oh, someone's calling me. Hello?
Hello? Is that you, Aaron?
Oh, Ken, it's you! What's up?
I was just calling about the SUV remake project we're planning on finalizing next year. And I wanted you to be the first person to know that my boss chose me to be in the design team for it. Which I'm super happy about, but I haven't been able to come up with a good design for the project.
I see.
Sorry, I just wanted to hear your input on it, Aaron. That's why I called you. I'm sorry I'm always calling you when I need help.
No worries at all, Ken. Why don't you try writing down the good points from the previous design of the SUV you're remaking, and write down the bad points too. Then, think about how best to fix or overcome those points. If you also take into consideration the points that other car makers are concerned about now with their car designs, it might also help you to better understand the overall market needs. If you see all those points in front of you, then I'm sure it'll aid you in coming up with good design ideas for the SUV remake.
You're a genius, Aaron. Thank you for your advice. I'll get right on it.
This is your first big project, right? I'm rooting for you, Ken. You've already caught the eye of your boss, which means... I shouldn't tell you what that means yet.
What? Please, tell me what you think that means.
Don't worry, Ken. You're only going up from here. You're already doing great. Keep going. And don't forget to look after your health, too.
Of course. Again, thank you.
Luckily for me, even after starting to work from home, I feel as though I'm still of good use to my coworkers, which I'm super happy about. A lot of people say how working from home can make you feel lonely, but continuing to have these little interactions with my coworkers makes me fulfilled, and I don't feel lonely at all. Just after I finished that call with Ken, my phone rang again. I was surprised by how popular I seemed to be this morning, but I was a little surprised when it wasn't another coworker calling me, but my big sister Sarah.
Hello, are you there, Aaron? You're free now, right? Even if you're not, make time for me right now, okay?
I mean, I was just about to get started on work, but I guess I have some time to spare.
Huh? Oh, you have work to do? I mean, I knew that.
Okay. Well, what is that you need me for?
Well, the thing is, I, Sarah, at 31 years old, will be getting married. Yay! Woohoo!
What? Seriously? You're getting... how? Is the world finally coming to an end or something?
What do you mean, how? I'm getting married, and that's what I told you, silly.
Yay! I'm happy for you. All the men must be sad that you're off the market now. But your husband must be so happy to have you as his wife. Are you sure you've really found the one?
Honestly, I've had like 100 guys confess their love to me, but Ian's the only one that's been able to completely steal my heart.
Right.
Next Saturday, Ian and I are going to our family home to ask for our parents' blessing, so you should come too, got it?
Next week? You know you could have told me a little more in advance.
What? You're seriously telling me that you have other plans or something?
No, not at all. I, Aaron, will make sure to do his best to get back home as per her sister's request.
You should have just said that from the beginning. Well, I'll see you soon.
Sarah's 2 years older than me. She's always been quite the bossy type, and she tends to think that the things that belong to others also by default belong to her. She's never cared about my things, and as a result would break my toys regularly, and she would even take the snacks and comics I bought for myself. And now to hear that she's getting married, I wonder if she'll be able to become a good wife for her future husband, although it wasn't my place to worry about her marriage. I have to admit that I did.
Aaron, you're finally here! I'm so happy you didn't die on the way here.
Hey, Sarah. What a way to welcome me.
My fiancé will be here soon. Make sure to be on your best behavior in front of him, okay?
I feel like you should worry about your own behavior, not mine.
What did you say to me? Don't worry about me, Aaron. After all, my husband's an elite businessman with a heart of gold who loves me. Not to mention he makes over $100,000 annually. He's so successful, yet we're the same age. Can you believe that? I'm so happy I was able to find such a great catch as him. So don't worry about me, and just make sure that you're on your best behavior.
I'm sure he must be some sort of superhuman man, if he's willing to marry you, or someone that's completely out of their mind.
If anything goes wrong today and we end up breaking off our engagement, then I'll be billing you for damages. Got it?
What? Why would things turn out like that today? And why would I have to pay you for it if things turn out badly today?
It's best to figure out adult sibling quarrels with money. That's the simplest way to settle things. Just be careful of what you say today, okay?
I wasn't planning on saying anything weird.
And please try to hide the fact that you're some loner loser.
I'm a loner loser? I've never thought that about myself.
Ugh, get over it already. And also, don't mention your job.
Why? Is it that bad that I'm a designer?
You sound like a nerd if you say you're a designer. If Ian asks what your job is, just lie and make something up on the spot, okay?
Okay.
Actually, you know what? You might as well just keep your mouth shut during the whole tonight. Ian likes to talk, so just be a good listener and go along with what he says.
Okay.
Oh, darling Ian, you're finally here. I was so sad waiting for you to arrive. I missed you so much.
Oh, my beautiful Princess Sarah. After we're done at your family home tonight, we can be off on a beautiful romantic late-night date, just the two of us. And when the moonlight shines on both of us later tonight, who knows what we might get up to?
Oh, my darling.
Ew. Just, ew. I'm always scared of my sister getting angry and bossy at me, so I always try to do my best to stay out of her way. So I never knew that she could act like this in front of anyone. I almost didn't recognize her. It seems as though my latter thought about Ian was right. This will be the marriage of two people that are completely out of their minds. Even though I didn't have a particularly great first impression of Ian, we were able to start dinner peacefully.
Imagine being the lucky lady that ends up marrying the gentleman that I am. Ugh, Sarah has to be the happiest woman on the planet. I have to give it to her for having stolen the heart of a highly educated, successful, and handsome man like myself.
Yeah.
Oh, you must be Princess Sarah's brother. Oh, I mean, petit frère, to be precise. Apologies for confusing you. That means little brother in French. I must remember to speak English in front of you Americans.
It's fine. And yes, I'm Sarah's little brother.
Do you have any questions for this fine gentleman sitting in front of you, little one? Not everyone gets the opportunity to talk to me so frank like this.
The car you came in today was really cool. That's a Troublebusters co-brand car, right?
What? Are you trying to make fun of me or something? You know that car of mine is a 2-year-old model, and that's why you're making fun of me, aren't you?
Oh, no, not at all.
Stop lying. I shouldn't have to put up with this passive-aggressive attitude of yours. Just who do you think you are?
I'm merely your Princess Sarah's little brother, like you said.
I know that. So, your job. What do you do for a living?
Well, you see,
You're not going to say you're unemployed, are you?
No, I do work. I just work from home.
You work from home. That's basically the same as being unemployed. If you don't have to go into the office for your job, then you belong to the lowest rank in our society.
I must say, I beg to differ.
Where do you live? You probably live in some old apartment building, right?
Well, actually, I live in a newly built apartment complex in the middle of the city. But I guess my room's pretty small.
Shut it already! Stop continuing to mess around with me. You're an unemployed piece of trash. How dare you keep trying to make fun of me, you imbecile!
But that's not what I'm intending to do by answering your questions. And I truly meant what I said about your car as a compliment.
As if I can take anything you say as a compliment. You have absolutely no idea what you're going on about when you talk about my car. It's beautiful. Not that you'd be able to understand the beauty of it. If you don't shut your mouth already, I'll run you over with my car.
Oh.
I'm so sorry. I don't know what got into me just now. It must have been from all the nerves. I can't believe I just said such a thing.
It's okay, darling. Just calm down a little. You're always so much calmer than this.
Yes, Princess. That's true. By the way, is the car that's parked in the garage yours, sir? I'm not at all surprised that you own one of our Troublebusters cars. If I hadn't made it clear yet, I work for that company. I must admit, you have a great eye for cars, sir.
Actually, that car's not Dad's. It's mine.
That's a great pick of a car, sir. It's one of the best cars we've ever made at Troublebusters Co.
Well, isn't that great to hear, Aaron? So, how's it like riding that car?
What?
That car is actually mine.
Damn it. How could I have been so wrong? How could I have made such a huge mistake as praising the car choice of an unemployed piece of trash?
I've had enough of this place. Oh, you're leaving already? Well, please get home safely.
Aaron, how dare you do such a thing? Because of what you said, my soon-to-be hubby that makes over $100,000 annually is sad. What are you going to do if it ends up being the reason he breaks off our engagement? Ian's supposed to bring his parents over to meet our parents tomorrow. Now who knows what's going to happen?
But he's the one that dug his own hole.
My darling Ian. Wait!
Sarah and Ian's visit to our family home didn't go down as well as it should have, but I still thought I wasn't responsible for it going downhill. After Sarah ran off to find Ian, I decided to go back to my place. I started doing some work after I got home, and by the time I realized it was past midnight, I thought I should get to bed soon. So I was getting ready to do so when I heard something rustling around outside my window. It wasn't just a rustling sound, but also what seemed to be a hitting sound. I live in a new apartment building, so the security system here is pretty good. Therefore, I didn't think robbers would target such a place as mine with its new technology. I was scared to find out who was there making the noise, but I mustered up the courage to look outside the window into the car park. And that's when I saw the silhouettes of a person, and they looked like they were repeatedly hitting my car. I ran out straight away to see who it was, and that's when I saw that the silhouette belonged to none other than...
Dare that unemployed piece of trash ride this beautiful car! He probably doesn't even understand just how beautiful this car truly is. I'll wreck it until it's no longer salvageable. Take this!
When I saw Ian repeatedly hitting my car, I was so shocked that I nearly fainted. I actually temporarily passed out. I soon came to and confronted that despicable man. Hey you! What do you think you're doing?
Why are you awake at this time? Oh, I get it. Since you're unemployed, you sleep during the day and you're awake at night, right?
What you did to my car is illegal!
I guess you don't know anything because you're unemployed, but this would technically fall under self-defense.
I beg to differ.
If I'm merely defending myself, then that doesn't fall under me having committed an illegal act. The one at fault in this situation would be you, and I'm simply defending myself against you. After all, between you and me, who do you think's assaulting who?
Of course, you're the one that'd be blamed for assaulting my car!
No, you're the one that's bad in this situation! You're the imbecile here for acting all pompous, even though you're nothing but an unemployed piece of trash! This is what you get for thinking that you're better than everyone else, when all you really are is some nerd!
What?
With that, I'll be off then. Adios!
Can't believe my sister's fiance just wrecked my car. How could things have turned out so bad? As soon as Ian left, I rushed to check on my car, but it was in such a depressing state. It was dented everywhere, and all the windows were broken. On the side, Ian had painted unemployed trash onto it. He'd even went as far as wrecking the engine beyond repair. I knew that no matter how I tried to get it fixed, it was in a state beyond saving. This car had been a prized possession of mine, and I knew that it would be near impossible to get my hands on this model again. I had lost all hope in everything. I stayed with my wrecked car until the morning. I had no energy to move from its side, but with the sunlight starting to shine on us, I felt a sudden surge of power. The need to set things straight with Ian overcame me all of a sudden. There's no way Ian's getting away with having done this to me. Trouble busters! I knew that Ian and his parents were coming over to my family home in order to be introduced to my parents today. So I decided to make my way over to my family home as well. Ian, my car that you so violently wrecked is unsalvageable. I assume you'll be taking responsibility for your actions.
Car? What car? I have no idea what you're on about.
Don't you dare pretend to not know what I'm talking about. You know very well that you wrecked my car last night.
Wait a second there, little one. Don't you know the law? If you don't have any evidence that I did such a thing, then there's no case to begin with. If there's no evidence, how are you planning on pinning everything on me?
You know, by that logic, if I had evidence, then you'd be done for. And the apartment building I live in has security cameras around it. I guess you must have missed them in the dark. Or maybe your eyes are already starting to get bad from old age.
Security cameras? No, but that wasn't me. Anyway, it's so wrong that you're mooching off your parents in order to live in such a new and tech-advanced apartment to begin with.
How many times do I have to tell you? I'm not mooching off of anyone, and I'm indeed employed. Do you know what this is?
How is it that you have such a thing? Why do you have a Troublebusters Co.'s employee identification card?
Why? It's because I'm an employee there. I'm the head of the design department there.
No, it can't be. You said that you worked from home.
You lied to me!
All of us in the design departments have been working from home since last year. Didn't you know that? Seriously?
Well, wait, then does that make you a car designer?
The car that you own, I designed that. I was a team leader in charge of designing that specific car a few years back.
No way. How can it be that I accidentally made fun of the designer who created such a beautiful and amazing car? I can't believe myself. Damn it!
I guess now you've finally been able to see me for who I truly am.
I'm so sorry for how I treated you earlier. You're one of the people I most respect in this world. Please, let us forget about everything that's happened between us up until now and move on. I hope that we're able to become good friends from now on.
I'm not sure if we'll end up becoming good friends, since I'm planning on having nothing to do with you from now on.
What?
Also, even if I were to forgive you for what you've done, I know that person wouldn't be willing to do so.
Who are you talking about? Could it be that you're referring to my Princess Sarah?
No, I'm not talking about her. Ian boy, you're fired as of today. That's what he said, and by he, I mean our CEO.
Wait, why would our CEO tell you to say such a thing to me? Could it have been that his soul somehow transported into your body just now? I must rid that body of yours of his soul!
No, that's not what happened. Stop. Seriously.
But...
Anyway, just accept it that you're fired. I mean, you have to agree it makes sense though. After all, you're nothing but a criminal now. And I guess the icing on the cake is that you actually not only ended up wrecking my car, but that was the car the CEO had let me use for the time being.
That car wasn't actually yours, but our CEO's?
Yep, originally it was his. But because of his age, he wasn't legally allowed to drive anymore, so he lent it to me. You know, he still has a huge car collection, right?
Yes, I know. He's renowned for his love of cars.
The car that he'd let me borrow was the one car that he'd prized over all the rest. It was his favorite one! And that's the one you wrecked. On top of being a criminal, you even ended up ruining the CEO's most precious and memorable car. So, obviously, you're fired now.
No way. I can't believe our CEO would let you borrow one of his cars.
Didn't you know that he lends his cars to his most favorite and hardworking employees? He told me that instead of having his car stored away in some garage, he wanted me to drive it around and show it all the amazing scenery outside. I agreed to do so, and that's why he let me borrow it.
This is the car that's the most precious to me. Please, take good care of it.
Yes, sir!
I still don't understand how you and our CEO became so close, though.
I'm a car designer. Although this isn't the first company I've worked for, our CEO actually personally scouted me to work for Troublebusters Co. after he'd seen my previous designs for other brands.
No way.
Even to this day, he'd often come by my office when I'm in for work. When he'd drop by, we'd usually end up going to get drinks after that workday was over. He'd always be going on about just how much he loved cars. I knew he absolutely adored the car that he had let me borrow. That's why earlier today, I decided to go apologize for what had happened to his car. I also made sure to tell him what exactly you did to his precious car.
Why would you push me under the bus like that? You should have protected me. After all, I'm to become your brother-in-law soon.
Stop with all that sucking up already, and just accept the fact that this all happened because of you. Our CEO was furious at you. He said that if you can wreck a car like that, then you simply shouldn't have the right to sell them.
No.
So, are you ready to just accept the truth and give up that act now? I hated how you started to treat me differently as soon as you found out what I really do for a living. I really couldn't care less if you just kept treating me like trash because you thought I was unemployed or whatever.
No. There's no way I'd treat you like that after knowing everything. Especially someone of such a high rank in society as you.
Whatever. It doesn't matter how you treat me from now on. Nothing you do will make me ever go back to our CEO and take back what I said to him about you. All you need to know now is that you're fired. Period.
No.
Actually, Sarah, there's something I think you need to know, too.
What is it? If it has anything to do with Ian, I have nothing to do with him now that he's a criminal. None of this has anything to do with me.
I just wanted to let you know that this criminal here doesn't actually make anything close to $100,000 annually. He doesn't even make half of that amount annually. I thought you should.
Huh?
You really couldn't get enough of lying to my sister, could you? You told her that you were the best salesman in our company, and that you were making over $100,000 annually. I think you meant to tell her that you were actually the worst salesman we have, and that you make only $30,000 annually.
How do you know that? My Princess Sarah, don't listen to him. I truly do love you.
Seriously?
The first time I ever laid eyes on you, I knew you were the one for me. Since that very day, I've always only had eyes for you. You're as adorable as a kitten and as sharp as a crow. My princess, please believe me that I love you.
Shut up already, you creep. How dare you say you love me, you liar. I always hated that weird way you talked anyway. We're definitely over for good now.
No, please, don't do this to us.
I'm so sorry for all of this. Please forgive him for what he's done.
Unfortunately, he won't be let off even if we were going to forgive him for what he's done. He's going to need to properly repent for his wrongdoings.
That's right, I guess.
No, Mom, please believe me that I'm innocent. Don't turn on me too, Mom.
Seriously, just accept it, that this is all you're doing and take responsibility. You should be happy, I guess. Now you get to be unemployed like you kept making fun of me for being. I guess not only unemployed though, but also a criminal. After that, Ian was strongly told off by everyone at my parents' house, and as a result, he ran away from there as fast as he could. Even though he ended up not having to go to prison for what he'd done to my car, he was still officially miserably fired, and his engagement with Sarah was also turned to dust. Because they broke off their engagement because of him, Sarah ended up going after him for damages, and after paying her the money he owed, apparently he had no more money left. He even came back to our office and begged for his job back, but he was quickly escorted out by security. After that, apparently Ian became a host, but because of the weird way he speaks and his off-putting aura, word got around that he's now known to be the worst host to have ever lived. Sarah, here you go. It's to say I'm sorry.
What for?
For your engagement being ruined. I'm sorry.
Don't be. I'm actually thankful for you having ruined it.
Wait, what? Is there something the matter with you, sis?
What? You can't accept me being thankful? Shut it.
Ouch!
There's nothing wrong with me. It's just that because of what you did, I didn't end up marrying a liar. Because of you, I was able to find out that he wasn't the one for me. So, thanks. Next, I'll find a guy who makes just as much as Ian initially said he did. Or no, 10 times as much as Ian said he did.
Okay. You do you, sis. But I'm glad that I'm not the one having to pay you for any damages. Yay for me!
Actually, now that you've brought it up, I believe it technically should owe me some money for the damages you caused me. Pay me right now.
No! I don't have that kind of money!
Fine then, just introduce me to someone in your company that makes a ridiculous amount of money.
I can't do that either. You really haven't changed even a little bit, have you?
What did you just say to me? Stop right there! Pay me right now!
I told you, I don't have any money to pay you with! Stop chasing me! I guess even after everything with Ian, my sister didn't really learn to be any different from her previously bossy self. But everything turned out okay for the two of us, so I guess things are good now. Through this experience, I was able to learn one definite thing, and that is that people don't change easily. Liars will always be liars, and bossy boots will always be bossy boots, I guess. Troublebusters! Troublebusters! Troublebusters!